Hi, my name is Kelly Harkcom. I am a kindergarten teacher, a mom, a wife, and an artist. I love everything about art, and that's why I chose to write and illustrate my book called Already Beautiful. And there's even a part in here where I included my son. My son Rylan is 8 and my daughter Sydney is 5, and they are a big part of why I wrote this book. Aside from writing and reading, I love art of all kinds, I love music, and I love spending time outdoors. And I can't wait to share it with you. So here's my book, Already Beautiful. Every morning, Brianna secretly watched her mom put on makeup. She loved colors and the way they looked on her mom, like a rainbow painted across her face. "My mom is beautiful," she whispered to herself. Her teacher wore makeup too, though not quite as much, and was also beautiful, so Brianna thought she wanted to be just as beautiful as them. Before bedtime, Brianna tiptoed into her mom's room and borrowed some of her eyeshadow and lipstick to wear to school the next day. The next morning, Brianna strutted confidently through the classroom door, showing off her new colorful face. Mrs. Howard noticed Brianna's sudden change in appearance and said, "Brianna, I'm so happy you're here today. I have a project I know you're going to love." Mrs. Howard asked the class to make a list of things that are made beautiful by nature. Mia raised her hand and excitedly said, "Sunsets! Sunsets are beautiful." Mrs. Howard added sunsets to the list. Zachary blurted out, "Birds are pretty amazing the way they soar across the sky, and they have beautiful colors." Another great suggestion was added to the list. Rainbows, flowers, and a new snowfall were also added to the growing list. Mrs. Howard then asked the class to select one of the options on the list or to choose their own idea for their next writing assignment, a poem about something naturally beautiful. Brianna simply could not decide. The next day, Mrs. Howard greeted the students at the door looking a little bit different. Different, but still beautiful. Brianna could not figure out what was different, so she kept staring at her teacher all day. When it was time for writing, Mrs. Howard asked the class if they had decided what beautiful thing they were going to be writing about. Everyone nodded yes, and Brianna's eyes suddenly lit up. She finally figured out what was different about Mrs. Howard. Mrs. Howard wasn't wearing makeup, but she was still beautiful. Suddenly, Brianna knew just the right topic for her poem. Brianna got home that day to find her mom in her room taking off her makeup. Her mom didn't need to wear it either. She was already beautiful. Brianna still loved makeup and wore it often, down the runway of her living room floor. My son wrote this part. Everyone is beautiful, inside and out. It's not about your style, it's your heart that really counts. I hope you enjoyed my book, and now I'm going to send it over to Pam Cantone to read her book.
Hi, I'm Pam Cantone, and this is my book, How Do You Fix a Bad Day? Conversation book. A fun fact about me is I have 2 daughters and a grandson and 2 more grandbabies coming this spring. Now, the fun thing about my book is that my oldest daughter actually illustrated my book. She loves to paint, and I think she got that from me because I'm a teacher who loves to be creative and connect with kids, and that's one of the reasons why I wrote my book. So I'm going to just read a little bit to you. How do you fix a bad day? How do you make it right? How do you find a good day when only the bad is in sight? Timmy is having a really bad day. He stayed up late and didn't go to bed. He knew he'd be tired because that's what his mom said. He missed the bus and was late for school. He pushed a friend and broke a rule. Now, Timmy feels sorry and really does care. What do you think? Would you like to share? But first, let's take a breath. Let's take a moment. let's take a look at what Timmy has chosen. Let's begin with a breath and a really good pause. Then we can talk about the whys and the because. Pause, 1, 2, 3. Maybe a bit more. Pause again, this time maybe to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause again, yes, do it again. Pause again and let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now all is calm and not even a shout. What is this day all about? Maybe, just maybe, we can talk it out. So what do you think? What do you say? Is it possible? Could it be Timmy's having a good day? Now I'm going to stop here and I'm going to let you and maybe somebody you care about talk about how you can fix a bad day for Timmy. But next, what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do a breathing wand and a craft that we're also going to do to show you how to take a pause.
Today we are going to make a craft that goes along with our books. This one is a breathing wand. So all you need for this craft today is very simple. You need pipe cleaners, one per person, beads, just pony beads will do, the big plastic ones that you can get at any craft store. So let's give it a try. So the first thing you need to do is pick out any color pipe cleaner, and my favorite color is green, so I went with green. So the first thing you need to do is tie a knot at the end, and I suggest tying 2 knots because one knot, the beads kind of slide through. The hole in these pony beads are pretty big, so I'm going to tie 2 knots at the end. They don't have to be perfect. And then you're going to pick out 10 beads, any color, any order. I recommend doing different colors so you know where the one is and the next one, and we're going to slide them in. Pam's going to show you how to do that soon. But we'll slide on 10 beads just like this. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to fast forward myself. Boop, 10. And after you're done stringing the beads, you're going to tie another knot at the other side so your beads don't slide off as you push them across. So I'm going to tie 1 knot and 2 again so they don't fall off on the other side and make a mess on the floor. And that is about it. You want to have all your beads down at one side to start using your breathing wand.
So just like my book was telling you how to pause, this is a great way how you can keep track of your breath and taking a breath. You know, sometimes we have a bad day and we just need a moment to kind of pause and relax and calm ourselves down. And this is a great way to do it. And if we just take a breath and let some of those feelings that are hard and difficult go, we can make really good choices. And this is a perfect way to kind of keep track of your taking a breath. So what you can do is you can just take a moment and hold your breathing wand, and as you take a breath, you can take a breath in through your nose and count to 4. And then when you let it out, you can slowly slide your bead down the pipe cleaner and count out to 8. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. Sometimes you can close your eyes, you can keep them open. Sometimes your emotions are really, really agitated and you just don't even want to calm down, and that's okay. But after taking 10 breaths, you might feel differently. So take a breath in through your nose for a count of 4, and then slide your bead down at the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you have one bead at one end and the other beads at the other. Now you know you took one breath. Want to take another breath, do the same thing and repeat. Take a breath in for 4 through your nose and out through your mouth, and count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now you know you took 2 breaths and you have 8 left. Or you can choose just to take a couple of breaths. You can take all of the breaths. You can do it one way and then slide them back if you really need some good moments to just calm down. But you can use this any way you want. It's very versatile, but it does give you a chance to kind of look at your feelings and pause before you make a choice. And that's always a good choice.